threat. We'll look at how authorities are using technology to protect children and pets.
And tensions in the House, putting the future of endangered species in jeopardy. We'll have that story from our Washington, D.C. bureau.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Mackenzie Pavicic.
And I'm Christopher Lindsay. Thank you for joining us.
As parents and their teens celebrate homecoming activities across the valley, some moms and dads may not know exactly what they can be held responsible for.
Knowing the law is just as important as the homecoming dress and crowning of the king and queen. Cronkite News reporter Frankie McLister spoke with one family who's already taking steps to prevent a potential tragedy from happening. Frankie?
Yeah, being proactive is super important. So here's a few tips on how to make this year's homecoming stay on a happy note.
I think any parent, we worry every time our kids step out the door, whether it's going to homecoming, going on a date, going out with friends, going to school.
Which is why Valley Mother Holly Henbest, along with a group of fellow parents, are making sure their kids make it home safely after this weekend's homecoming festivities.
This year, there's a much larger group. There's over 40 kids that are going to be getting on a party bus.
Not only are they being proactive in keeping the teenagers safe, they're also making sure they follow the law.
Oftentimes, parents who don't quite understand how some of the things they do involving their own children or others' children can subject them to legal liability, or how sometimes parents themselves are subject to liability because of the conduct of their children.
For example, if a parent serves alcohol to someone who's over 18 but under 21, they can be liable for serving alcohol to someone who is under the legal drinking age. If someone is injured or dies as a result of alcohol being served, the parent can also face liability. And if a teen is driving a family car that's registered to the parent, that parent is still responsible for that child's conduct while driving.
25% of high schoolers have acknowledged they've gotten behind the wheel. They have gotten in the car with somebody that's been drinking or using.
What if a teenager or parent dealing with these issues needs help, but worry about involving law enforcement?
And if there's some legality and some concerns, to seek the support of the school resource officers at the school. They are designed by design on campus to help kids, and they are not going to take action if they're simply asking for help and asking questions.
For Holly and her 17-year-old son Jake, Saturday's homecoming dance at Pinnacle High School will hopefully be fun and safe. That's why contracting a party bus helps in giving her and the other parents a bit more peace of mind.
Yeah, it's more costly, but I feel like a couple $1,000s split amongst the parents for one night is such a huge peace of mind that it's priceless.
Yeah, and it's also important to know that city ordinances change by city to city, and that Mesa Police, they told me today, quote, that they want parents to know it's unlawful for a minor between the ages of 16 and 18 to be in a public street, sidewalk, alley, right-of-way, or other public space between the hours of 12 midnight and 5 a.m. So what I would do, I'd make sure that wherever you live, just go ahead and check and make sure that those rules match up with your city's ordinances. In the control room, I'm Frankie McLister for Cronkite News.
Today, we asked parents, what are your biggest concerns when it comes to your kids attending homecoming events? Here are a few of the responses. Marie says, getting there and getting home, traveling on our roads. For Doug, it's getting shot and drinking shots. And Christian is most concerned about the cost of homecoming. It's not too late to join the conversation. Just go to Cronkite News Facebook page.
March for Our Lives held events across the country to raise awareness about gun violence yesterday.
In D.C., activists, students, and families held pictures of victims affected by gun violence. In response to the mass shootings this past year, protesters are calling for stricter gun laws like universal background checks and extreme risk protection orders.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell deferred to President Trump regarding the gun control issue. President Trump has not yet announced a plan, but here in Phoenix, group members talked with people on the street to get the word out about their concerns.
We don't want to see Arizona be next. We don't want to see what we've seen happen in Texas and Florida and Ohio happen in Arizona. We don't want to be on the list of tragedies. We need to enact legislation now and be preventative rather than defensive, and ensure that if there's someone who shouldn't have a gun, they can't get a gun. And I mean, that's going to be critical to ensuring that students feel safe and community members feel safe in general.
The organizers lined up shoes from gun violence victims. Attached to the shoes were their names and stories.
Jacob Martinez says he hopes this helps connect the faces of those people to the numbers that are continually increasing.
Temperatures seem to be cooling down for us this week, but there are still dangers that can arise for parents and pet owners around the valley. In fact, an experiment done by Consumer Reports proved that even at temperatures as low as 61 degrees, a car can heat to over 105 in less than an hour. Unfortunately, children and pets have died in temperatures as low as 57 degrees, as our reporter Jenna Iannone shockingly learned. Jenna?
Thanks. Even with weather as beautiful as today's, this is still an issue that we need to be concerned about year-round. Check it out. 41. That's the number of times a car door has locked in 2019 in the U.S. with a forgotten child inside, leading to tragic consequences. 3 of them happening right here in Arizona. Climatologist Nancy Seelover explains why tragedies like these happen and how they happen so fast.
Cars heat up fairly quickly, but the issue is that then becomes an issue because the inside of the car gets hot because the sun comes through the window and it hits the surfaces, it's absorbed, the surfaces get hot, and that heats the air inside the car. If the windows are up, or even if they're cracked, the hot air inside doesn't escape and isn't replaced by cooler air, and so it just kind of builds up.
As scientists study the hows and whys of leaving a child or pet forgotten in a car, a market of products has sprung up, including several devices intended to stop hot car deaths from happening. Prescott Valley Police Officer Caleb Cousins explains the system used to ensure the safety of their canines, including his own partner in fighting crime. Chewy.
Ace Canine Hot and Pop is what we run in our canine vehicles. They help us in 2 fashions. One, they alert us if the car gets hot. Not only will they alert us, they'll alert a secondary handler or a designated person that we want a message sent to.
The system alerts the officer via cell phone and then sets off the siren and alarm. It rolls down the dog's window and it starts a fan to cool the car.
Arizona police aren't the only ones using these innovative technologies, with apps all over the market that can help remind parents of their backseat babies.
Louis Molinari is the CEO of Baby Save, a nonprofit organization that promotes awareness against leaving kids in cars. He says that the solution is not in one single product, but instead in collaboration.
We all need to work closer and share each other's resources, because it is a village that will stop this problem. But right now it's going to take things like Baby Save, things like apps, things like the technology, education, et cetera, working holistically to try to put this problem to bed.
If you do come across a distressed child or pet left alone in a car, Arizona law does protect you. First, you need to call 911, then you may break the window and free the child or pet, and then you just need to stay on site until police arrive. For Cronkite News, I'm Jenny Iannone.
We've posted more in-depth coverage about the dangers of leaving children and pets in cars, no matter what the weather is like. And you can find that on our website at cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Right now, the U.S. Air Force is looking to expand its personnel recovery training program across the Southwest. According to details in a new environmental assessment, officials are calling for the continued use of 154 training sites, as well as 25 additional sites. The sites, which help the Air Force practice rescuing downed pilots, are spread across Arizona, New Mexico, California, and Nevada. Davis-Monthan in Tucson is home to an Air Force personnel recovery unit that hosts large multinational exercises in the region.
Turning violence and survival into empowerment. This was one of the main takeaways from an event held this morning in Chandler.
Every 3 days, someone dies as a result of domestic violence in our state. Cronkite News reporter Isabella Holsizer attended an event that shed light on this issue.
For the past 11 years, the City of Chandler Domestic Violence Commission has held an event to share stories from survivors and to raise awareness on the resources that are available to the community. It's their kickoff to Domestic Violence Awareness Month. This year's theme was Survivors and Animals Living Safely. In attendance were members of organizations who help, survivors, and emotional support animals. The reason the commission puts on this event is to kick off Domestic Violence Awareness Month and to put resources in the hands of the community.
To be able to find the resources that they need to make sure that they're safe, their kids are safe, and that their pets are safe.
1 in every 4 women will experience domestic violence in her lifetime. Jacqueline Wilson was one of those women, but has turned her experience into empowerment.
I just have a passion to just help and to get people out of those relationships.
The event brought out some emotion and passion from members of the community.
Listening to survivors speak and, their experience is amazing. So that's the most fulfilling thing, to see how strong people truly are, and we don't give them enough credit for it. So yeah.
To show support, October 24th is National Wear Purple Day in honor of survivors of domestic violence. If you or a loved one is experiencing domestic violence, officials urge you to get in contact with an organization for help. In the Broadcast Center, Isabella Holsizer, Cronkite News.
As fall begins, so does flu season. Researchers say influenza activity doesn't typically peak until winter, but the spread of the flu virus begins to increase as early as October. Nearly 8% of Americans get the flu every year, with thousands of them dying from it. The best protection against the flu is to get vaccinated as soon as possible.
And coming up on Cronkite News, Republicans and Democrats on the Hill spar over the future of the Endangered Species Act.
We'll take you inside the battle over the Trump administration's environmental policies.
And a new Trump administration rule that could affect nearly 800,000 immigrants in Arizona.
I'm Judy Woodruff, anchor and managing editor of the PBS NewsHour. The journalists of tomorrow face a fast-changing media landscape, but quality news remains vitally important to our communities, our country, and our world. At ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, students learn solid, reliable reporting, holding the powerful accountable, and rebuilding the public's trust. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
Cronkite Noticias is the Spanish-speaking division of Cronkite News, covering topics such as economics, education, sustainability, immigration, and border relations. Cronkite Noticias strives to serve the Spanish-speaking community in Arizona. Under the guidance of prominent Spanish-speaking professionals, students at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism develop content for our broadcast partner, Univision, as well as on Facebook and Twitter. Explore Cronkite Noticias at cronkitenoticias.azpbs.org.
Stay in the know on the go. At Cronkite News, we work hard to report the facts and keep you updated, whether we're on set or on the scene.
Taking it from the studio to the field. So I'm here in South Phoenix.
In Phoenix, we're just a click away. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, or find us online at cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
The Trump administration's public charge rule goes into effect October 15th.
This rule says a person cannot seek admission into the U.S. or adjust their immigration status if they have publicly funded services like Medicaid.
The Arizona Alliance for Community Health Centers is the primary care association for the state of Arizona. They're providing resources to clinics and clarity to patients about the new rule.
The AACHC says the rule could affect almost 800,000 individuals of immigrant status in Arizona, over 500,000 of them living in Maricopa County. The House Intelligence Committee has released the declassified whistleblower complaint against President Donald Trump and his call with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. In it, the whistleblower alleges improper conduct between the two presidents, but both have denied any wrongdoing.
We spoke about many things, and so I think, and you read it, that nobody pushed me, yes.
In other words, no pressure.
Now, the acting director of intelligence, Joseph McGuire, is facing questions from the committee about why he initially refused to share that complaint with Congress, despite it being required by law.
House Democrats and Republicans who are debating the future of the Endangered Species Act don't agree on much, and this week they couldn't even agree on where to debate the issue. Cronkite News reporter Hannah Ehrlich has that story from our Washington, D.C. bureau.
While the House Natural Resources Committee considered 10 Democratic bills they said would strengthen protections for endangered species, committee Republicans held a competing hearing of their own in a separate building where they unveiled 19 GOP proposals. Arizona Representative Paul Gosar said the Republican measures would take decision-making away from Washington and put it in local hands.
This is something that I think that both sides can get behind to get a win, you know, and when local communities, when the environment, when the endangered species all win, I think that's something that if we can give credit to everyone, maybe at some way we can turn this partisan gridlock to a success story.
But environmental advocates said the GOP bills would be anything but a success story for endangered species. They said the bills would merely cement Trump administration moves to roll back protections under the act.
Our understanding is that they're unveiling a package of bills today that we think would undermine the Endangered Species Act, just as the Trump administration's regulatory rollbacks do.
The Democrats' bill, on the other hand, would reverse many of those rollbacks. No action was taken on the proposals yesterday, a day consumed by talk of impeachment proceedings on Capitol Hill. Arizona Representative Debbie Lesko called the competing hearings a sign of the times.
Fortunately, it is so politically polarized right now. In fact, today we just heard that they're probably going to do an impeachment inquiry to the president, and there's no reason for it. They have no grounds, just like the Russia collusion. They had no grounds, and so this is going to flop too.
In Washington, Hannah Ehrlich, Cronkite News.
The Trump administration's changes to the Endangered Species Act are scheduled to take effect today, and they will streamline the way species are added and removed from the list and will limit how critical habitat is determined for those species. Changes that are good or bad for the act, depending on who's talking.
Up next, from achy knees to the flu virus, the fall and winter months can bring about all types of physical health problems.
But what about mental health? It turns out the weather can literally be depressing. We will explain after the break.
All of its children had come to the Mother Church of Country Music. It was almost like a badge of honor that you had to bring your culture with you to the table. That's why Bob Wills and his guys brought us Western music. That's why Hank Williams brought the South with him from honky tonks. Johnny Cash brought the black land dirt of Arkansas. Bill Monroe brought music out of Kentucky bluegrass music. Willie Nelson brought his poetry from Texas. Patsy Cline brought her heartache from Virginia. I mean, it was the most wonderful parade of sons and daughters of America that brought their hearts and their souls and their experiences, and it gave us a great era in country music.
As journalists at Cronkite News, we report on stories that matter to you by focusing on the local impact. We dig deeper and work tirelessly to keep you informed.
Live in Wickerburg.
Live in Los Angeles. In Cleveland.
In Washington. In Louisville.
From Jerusalem.
Live in Philadelphia. From around the world to right here in Phoenix.
At Cronkite News, we report the facts and stick to the truth.
The change in weather doesn't just affect your physical health, but your mental health as well. Here are a few quick facts about seasonal affective disorder. As days get shorter in the fall and winter, a lack of sunlight can affect neurotransmitters like serotonin and melatonin, leading to a kind of seasonal depression that lasts until the spring. Symptoms of the disorder can include everything from overeating to withdrawal from social activities. And experts urge those affected to manage their symptoms with exercise, vitamin D supplements, and even professional help.
Speaking of weather, we've been getting a lot of rain lately. What can we expect for the upcoming week?
Yeah, we've had so many storms this week, but I think I have some great news for you guys. Let's share. Looking at the weather right now in the state, everyone is below 90 degrees. That's amazing. However, if we look into the next day, and right now there are some clouds going on, there are some storms popping up here below the valley and heading northward. So if you're having dinner tonight outside on the patio, you may want to sit under an umbrella just in case it decides to sprinkle on you. Looking at that evening planner, there are some clouds, just a 20% of chance of rain, so be careful out there. You'll want to pack accordingly. And heading into tomorrow, the weather is heating up just a tiny bit here. Everyone's still under 90 degrees except for Bullhead City and Lake Havasu City on the west side of Arizona. As we look into our 7-day forecast, the weekend is going to be beautiful. Saturday and Sunday, sunny all day, and looking into the rest of the week, it's still sunny all throughout all of the week. No more rain, no more storms. It's going to be a gorgeous week to get outside and go have fun.
And up ahead, even though fall has just begun, some student athletes are already gearing up for the spring.
We caught up with 3 Arizona natives making a name for themselves in collegiate beach volleyball. Don't go away.
Welcome to another edition of Cronkite Sports Now. I'm Taylor Rocha. Let's talk sports.
For the latest on local sports and beyond, we've got you covered.
Let's do this thing.
We challenge reporters to go beyond, a game story. We want stories with depth.
It's just a crucial step from the college experience into the professional experience while you're still in school.
At Cronkite Sports Now, watch the journalists of tomorrow cover sports today.
As sure as night is dark and day is light, I keep you on my mind both day and night.
The song came from my mother's fear. You're going out on the road and these girls are coming up and to you, and he wrote, I walk the line. I'm gonna stay true to you.
I keep a close watch on this heart of mine.
With wildfires, a scarcity of water, and other environmental issues facing the Earth today, it's critical to stay up to date with local impacts of a changing climate. That's why we created Elemental, Covering Sustainability, a multimedia collaboration between public television and radio stations. From climate change to water conservation to renewable energy and much more, Elemental covers the latest in sustainability news. Find our stories on our website, elementalreports.com.
Millions of people die every year from drinking dirty water. I would never have felt I had the ability to do something without ASU pushing me. We built filtration systems out of local materials with the people. To see those kids drink clean water for the first time, it's the most rewarding feeling that you can ever have. I went to ASU because I wanted to change the world. The thing I never would have expected is how the world would have changed me.
3 years ago, beach volleyball went from an emerging sport to an NCAA Division I competition, and officials say it's become one of the fastest growing collegiate sports.
Our reporter Erica Morris went to California State University Northridge to find out what draws people to the sport and how it landed 3 Arizonans a place in the sand at CSUN.
Lauren McMurray, Kaylee Klein, and Darby Honeycutt are all former indoor volleyball athletes who have transitioned to beach volleyball. Campuses from New Jersey to California have built sandboxes and artificial beaches to support the sport, with the number of programs expanding to 69 at the Division I and Division II levels. Some consider beach volleyball more challenging because instead of a team with 6 designated positions, 2 players do it all. This, along with the attitude of the sport, has made the change a welcome one.
Indoor was very political, and beach was kind of like very chill, I love the atmosphere of it. You're in it 100%. You can't get taken out. If you're messing up, you just gotta learn what's going on and fix it right there.
Lauren, Kaylee, and Darby all attended high school in Arizona and even played against one another in the same conference, making the switch from competitor to teammate quite interesting.
It was kind of that rivalry, we need to beat each other. It was a friendly rivalship.
With some still holding on to that rivalry.
Desert Vista all the way. Mountain Point, never.
Though Lauren, Kaylee, and Darby first encountered each other as high school competitors, they eventually became teammates and close friends playing youth club sports in Arizona for RPM Sand. The premier beach volleyball club not only focuses on training, but stresses the importance of building lifelong friendships, something the trio has found beneficial for their play here at CSUN.
We've all grown together, and coming to CSUN has been amazing.
Lauren in her junior season and Kaylee and Darby in their sophomore seasons won't see any game action until spring. But the three of them look forward to hitting the sand and getting another shot at the Big West title. From Northridge, California, Erica Morris, Cronkite News.
CSUN finished 4th in the Big West Conference last season.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS, and here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
On the next Arizona Horizon, we'll hear about a new university degree program in disability studies. And why is the bird population of North America declining at such a rapid rate? Next Arizona Horizon.
I'm Judy Woodruff. On the next NewsHour, the acting director of national intelligence faces questions as the impeachment inquiry takes off. That's Thursday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thank you for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Can't continue to allow China to rape our country.
Cooperation is the only choice for the United States.
If the government asked for the data, would you have to turn it over?
Such a great amount of change in such a short amount of time.
Welcome to China.
On Arizona PBS.